Hey, I'm Billy Bryce, and welcome to what I suppose is going to be the first part of this little vlog series I'm starting, which is kind of documenting the progress of my debut album, Rebirth, as I make it. I'm kind of starting this series at a bit of a weird time in the making of this album, because I have kind of finished the production already. I'm mainly just working on mixing the album and getting everything mastered, mixed, and just ready for release. Today is the 30th of May, it's a Saturday. It's been really warm here in Scotland over the last week or so, too warm for me. This room is terrible during the summertime, but that's besides the point. Today it's thankfully a bit cloudy, a little bit cooler, so I'm managing a little bit better, but you can probably still hear my fans on in the background. To be honest, I was hoping that this album would have been finished months ago, but life has kind of been a bit funny this year. I quit my job at the end of December. Thought I was gonna really focus on music between leaving that job and finding a new one. That didn't really happen. I did end up finding a new job that I started at the beginning of April, and it didn't work out. I left just last week, and music has just kind of ground to a complete and utter halt. So trying to get back on track with the album for now. So today we are mixing the first song in the album. The song is called Light in the Darkness. I'm kind of almost there with how I'm wanting it to sound. It's just not all the way there. It's mainly the vocals that I feel like aren't sitting in the mix the way that I want them to. So I'm gonna try a few little tweaks to the vocal processing. The first thing I'm gonna try is just adding a new send with some reverb and delay on it, and just kind of play with that, see how that changes things, because sometimes just adding a little bit extra reverb and delay is all that I need to kind of get things sounding the way I want them to. But I will give you a little preview of what it's sounding like just now. So this is the session. It is quite a big session by my standards. I think it's got about 80 tracks at the moment. I probably will add a few more before it's finished. And this is what it's sounding like just now. Would help if my speakers were on.
I feel the magic in the air, your energy's beyond compare. You make the world disappear, so I let go of my despair. You came to me by surprise, but I knew you are the prize. You make my problems minimize when you look me in the eye. The world's an evil and scary place. The fear melts away when I see your face. So hold me tonight and shut out the madness. You have become my light in the darkness.
That's how it's sounding at the moment. As I say, I think it's almost there, but just not quite, and it's just kind of the vocals that I want to polish up a bit. So I'm going to be working on that for probably the next few hours. Hopefully, I'll get the mixing this song finished today, and then I can move on to the next one. But yeah, I've got my lemonade, got the fan on, which you can't see. Well, you can't see. And yeah, that's getting me for the next few hours. I will probably check back in once I'm done, hopefully. About 5 PM now, I think, and I'm at a bit of a loss for what to do with the rest of the day, because I was expecting to be spending a lot longer mixing this track, and I've ended up. So what I actually think I'm going to do is I'm going to start, I've got an idea in my head of what I want to do as far as cover art for the album is concerned. And this is something that I've been really struggling with pretty much ever since I conceptualized the album, is I've had all these grand ideas for cover art that are just completely out with my capability of making by myself. As an independent artist, I don't really have a budget to hire a photographer or video editors or photo editors in this case, and I flat out refuse to use generative AI for any of it. So the idea that I've got is going to involve me doing some digital art on my iPad using Procreate, which is a skill set that I've played around with for a few years now, but I've not really gotten any good at it. I'm not the greatest at drawing, so what I'm going to do, the idea of it is it's going to be like almost like an oil painting of my face with different colour schemes for the album cover art and then for each of the singles. So it is still a little bit ambitious. What I'm planning on doing is I'm going to take a few reference photos of my face. I think I'm going to try and get a few different facial expressions, and what I would do is I would just trace a sketch of my face from the photos and then go from there with kind of trying to make the kind of oil painting style. So yeah, I have an idea. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I'm gonna try. So yeah, that's where we're at. So finished mixing Late in the Darkness. So apart from mastering it, very nearly finished. Very nearly got the first song on the album finished, which is exciting. I'm hoping now that I'm out of work again, I'm hoping not to be out of work for long, but I'm hoping that I can really just get my head down and get this album finished, hopefully by the end of June. Then I can start thinking about releasing it and starting a release campaign. So yeah, catch you in a bit. It is currently 4:54 AM, Sunday the 7th of June. I had to think about that for a second. And as you might be able to tell, I have not slept. I haven't even really tried to go to sleep. I've kind of just been up all night, just kind of thinking about life and just the state of the world and just how kind of hopeless and terrified I feel for the future. Especially just, I was doom scrolling on Instagram and it just seems that every other video on my feed was talking about AI data centers being built, how because of that we're going to run out of drinking water within a couple of years, and it's just kind of... Sorry, I got distracted by a bird screaming in the distance. It's just kind of brought my depression back. Yeah, back with a vengeance. I do have quite a bit of work that I need to do today. I want to start mixing fourth track on my album. I'm kind of going through the album, all songs one by one, and just mixing it in order of the track list. I've got the first 3 songs mixed and ready for mastering now, which, to be fair, last time I checked in, I was working on the first song. The other 2 songs were really quick and easy because they were quite small productions compared to the rest of the album, and naturally, if it's a smaller production and you don't have as much going on, it's a little bit quicker and easier to mix. But yeah, I want to start working on mix for track number 4, and I've also wrote a new song, or I've written a new song for the album. The result is really going to be 11 tracks, and there was one that I was just really unsure about because I thought it was just a bit shit. So I've now written a new song to kind of replace that one, which I think is a bit more... I've written the lyrics, I don't have a production for it yet, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. It might turn out shit, but I think I believe in the lyrics of the song that I've written more than the song that was cut. So yeah, I want to start working on that today. I also have a few other things that I need to get done, and I'm kind of just at a point, as I say, it's like stupid o'clock in the morning, I've not slept. I'm kind of just wondering, do I try and get a couple hours sleep, or do I just try and power through until I've done everything that I need to do for the day? Because if I don't go to sleep, I'm going to just be absolutely shattered and have no energy throughout the day. But if I do try and go to sleep, I know that I'll end up oversleeping, and half the day will be gone. So, bit of a dilemma. You know what to do. Okay, so it's now 7 PM, same day. I did end up falling asleep. I slept in until about 12:30, 1 o'clock, so could have been better, but also could have been worse. I had a bit of a slow start to the afternoon once I did get dressed. It took me a while to actually start doing anything productive, but now I'm working on the mix for track number 4 on the album, and I'm kind of stuck because it kind of sounds like shit. I like the song and I like the lyrics, but the mix is just not working at the moment. So I'm gonna step away from the computer for a half an hour or so. I'm gonna make myself some food and come at it with a clean slate after I've eaten. Okay, so it's 6:30 or 6:30 PM next day. I did do a little bit more work on this track after dinner last night, but not as much as I wanted. I think I just recorded some ad-libs and then called it a day. I had tried to do a little bit more than that, but sometimes when you're producing, you just kind of hit a brick wall where you're just like, I don't know what to do. It sounds like shit, I don't know what to do to make it not shit, and you're just kind of stuck. When that happens, the best thing to do is just walk away and come back at it fresh the next day. So that's what I'm doing now. I did have a mentoring session with Rachel K. Collier earlier today, so I had an hour long chat with her. That was nice and productive. Went over a few things as far as just the music industry is concerned. We didn't actually have a look at any tracks, we were just kind of chatting about the industry. I was getting some advice on how to approach freelance work. So yeah, that was good, and now I'm back working on this track. So I'll give you a quick preview.
Keep the knife in the back.
song is called Hurting Comfortably, and it's kind of about being in a situation, a romantic situation that you know is bad for you, you know it's toxic as fuck. In my case, it was about after a big betrayal that I suffered at the hands of my ex-partner, and which ultimately is what the whole album is about, but this song specifically is a moment in time when the betrayal had happened, everything had come out, and I've just felt trapped in that situation because the idea of leaving was just too scary. So that's where the song title Hurting Comfortably comes from. It's hurting me to stay, but it's comfortable. So yeah, I'm going to keep on mixing this, and I don't know when I'm next going to check in. This might be all check-in to do as far as this song's concerned, but yeah. So today is the 9th of June, Tuesday. Today I am working on a new song for the album. I had back in December, I was like, yeah, I've written all the songs for the album. Everything's produced and just needs to be mixed and mastered. Recently, I had a listen back to one of the songs on the album and decided that I absolutely fucking hate it. It just wasn't working for me, so I've decided to replace it with a brand new song, and I'm currently producing that just now. I'm not very far. Lovely camera angle, good view of my hand. But yeah, I'm not very far along. So far, I've got a chord sequence and a few different sounds playing that chord sequence. But so what I want to show you is a plugin that I've been using for some of the sounds. It's a plugin called Soundbox, which is similar to Contact in the way that it's essentially a plugin library, if that makes sense. So you go into Contact and then you select what plugin it is that you're wanting to use. Soundbox kind of works similar, and it's got a feature where you can I'll show you on the screen now. So it's got a feature where you can buy more packs. So you've got user and then browse more packs. That takes you onto their website. But going back onto Ableton, the one that I'm using is Choir by Compose Audio, and it gives you these really beautiful choir sounds. So playing the chords with some of these sounds. Gives you these really lush choir sounds, and that's kind of what's inspiring this track. So yeah, just kind of want to show you that because I feel like most of what I've done in this vlog is just kind of chat shit about what I've been up to. But yeah, wanted to actually show you something a bit more practical. Okay, so today is the 12th of June, so it's a Friday. I'm not long washed and dressed, and I've got quite a busy day ahead of me today. I've got a job interview at 2 o'clock, which I'm kind of shit my pants about, but at the same time I'm looking forward to it. I've got some mixing to do from the album, but I'm also wanting to reboot my YouTube channel, and I've got a video idea that I want to kind of plan out fully today, and I've also got to go to the gym, so got to fit that in at some point. So just now it's 11:45, so I still have a couple of hours before my interview. So I think I'm just going to spend this time going over some of the notes that I've taken down to prepare. But I don't want to do too much because I do have a habit of kind of overthinking and over preparing and then just kind of getting myself worked up into a state, which I don't really want. So spend a little bit of time just going over some notes, and then I want to focus on planning out this YouTube video. I haven't posted on YouTube since about January. I had a brief spell towards the end of last year where I was posting somewhat consistently. I haven't posted anything in about 6 months, and I want to get back into it. So the idea that I've got for this video would be kind of taking a look at the Marina cover that I made recently, the Digital Fantasy cover, and kind of going into some tips for making the arrangement of a track interesting. So I've taken down some notes on a sticky note to kind of get myself started. Last night I was having a look at the session and just kind of seeing what I could come up with or what I could talk about, and I think I'm going to start trying to essentially script the video, because I can't really just open up Ableton and OBS and switch my camera on and start recording. I need to kind of have a plan of what I'm going to say and when. So, which is part of the reason why I think I've been so inconsistent and whatnot with the YouTube channel, because it is a lot of work. It's fun, don't get me wrong, it is fun, but it's a lot of work, and I have other things that I kind of need to take priority most of the time. So yeah, I'll let you know how the interview went, and I'll check in later. Yes, it's about 1:15 now. I didn't have time to do any of the YouTube planning like I wanted to, but that's fine. I have the whole afternoon after the interview to do whatever I need to. So had my lunch, and now I'm just gonna get ready for the interview, and I'm probably gonna leave at 1:30. Okay, and this is the look for the interview. I thought about wearing my glasses because glasses tend to make people look smarter, but I put them on and I'm just like, I think it's a bit too much, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna leave now. Interview's not for another half hour. It is quite close by, but there are a lot of roadworks on at the moment, so I want to make sure that I get there in plenty of time. So yeah, wish me luck. Okay, so the interview is done. I think it went okay. I honestly try not to get myself in the mindset of it went well or it didn't go well. I've done the best I could, and that's all I could really ask of myself. So just need to wait and see. And yes, I'm going to get home, get changed back into something a bit more comfortable, and then I'm probably just going to get to work on that YouTube video, and then start mixing the next song on the album. So busy afternoon ahead of me. I also need to fit going to the gym in at some point, so we'll see when that happens. Okay, so I've got my YouTube video scripted and planned out, and I'll show you what I've done. So I've just kind of made a sort of mind map, or just planned out what I want to talk about. So the video is 5 arrangement tips for music production, and then I've kind of put out what the 5 tips that I've come up with are, and then kind of noted down my talking points. Now this software is called Millinote. There is a free version, or you can pay like £11 a month. It's actually really cool because it essentially just acts like a big vision board where you can just kind of throw ideas all over the place in completely non-linear fashion. So I use this is kind of like when I was first starting to plan out my album. So I've got like reference tracks here, kind of put in pictures off of Pinterest to kind of put across the idea of what I was trying to do with the album. And then we've got like my track list, so for example, this is one of the songs from my album, so I've kind of got what it is I'm writing about, and then kind of my ideas for what I want the instrumentation to be, and then some music theory of like kind of what tempo it is, what key it's in. I haven't actually updated this since I produced the song. And then I've got like a long list of sample tracks, or reference tracks I should call them. All these songs kind of went into inspiring this song. Again, we've got some pictures and quotes from Pinterest. I've got a demo here, and then some lyric ideas. I actually don't think any of these lyric ideas made it into the song, but this is kind of like my jumping off point when I'm making tracks. Before I go into Ableton, I kind of just come in here and just throw ideas all over the place and see if I come up with something that inspires me to produce a song. So now I'm going to start mixing the next track on the album. This one's called Dinner with a Ghost. I actually played this for one of Rachel K. Collier's Patreon listen parties about a year ago. I haven't really touched the track since then, and it's always find it scary if I've been working on a track for a long time and I've taken a break from it to do other things, and then going back to it, I'm always kind of anxious because I'm just like, what state is the section going to be in? How much of a mess is it going to be? How much work do I actually need to do? So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I've opened the session now, and it's not as bad as I expected it to be. It is not sounding great, but that's what the mixing process is for, to take a track and make it sound great. So I'll show you the session. So it's actually, I forgot just how big this session is. It's 77 tracks. Mind you, that is including groups, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm working with at the moment. Loads of drum layers. I've got like 3 different kicks, 3 different snares, 3 different claps, and 3 different hi-hats. So each of those parts, so like the 3 kicks will be 3 different kick sounds layered up together, the snares will be 3 different snares layered up together, and so on. That's a bit excessive even by my standards, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to work on the transitions because all I've kind of got is like a reverb, reverse reverb swells, so it kind of needs to spruce it up a little bit. Bass lines, I'm probably just gonna because what I do with bass is I will duplicate each different sound. So for example, I've got this wavetable sound. What I do is I will duplicate it, plan one hard left, one hard right, and then using the track options, the track delay, I'll move the one that's panned left along by like 15 milliseconds to kind of create a haze effect. And I do that with all my bass, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to bounce each of these, so you can see I've kind of got them in groups. So I've got the wavetable bass in one group, the bass 2, whichever sound that is, and I've got the double bass sound, which is, what's the double bass is the string instrument, the more organic sound. But I'm going to bounce those down into just 3 tracks and then group them together, because that will just make life a little bit easier. And then these leads, I don't know why I've done this, but for the lead line I've layered up a few different instrument sounds to create the sound I wanted, and for some reason I've duplicated each. There's 4 different sounds and I've duplicated them all, so it's 8 tracks. Again, I don't know what I was thinking doing that, and yeah, and then we've got the vocals, which kind of just need to be tidied up and organised a little bit. I'll probably cut some of the blank space out on the waveforms just to clean it up. And yeah, so what time is it now? It's 10 to 5 at night, so I'm going to give myself 2 hours, so I'm going to give myself until 7 PM and see how far I get in that time, and then once I hit 7 PM I'll stop, have dinner, and then think about going to the gym. Okay, so I'm in bed having a soak now. I've been working on that track for about half an hour, and everything that I've done so far to it has just kind of made it sound worse. I've kind of been paying attention mostly to the vocals, because since I started working on that track over a year ago now, the way I approach vocal processing and vocal production has changed quite a bit. And those vocals were recorded on that old condenser microphone that I don't have anymore. I replaced it with a dynamic mic, the SM7B. And I've been trying to kind of mix my vocals the same way I would if I'd been recording them on my SM7B, the way that I've been processing them more recently. It's just kind of sounding like shit. And I don't know whether just to kind of undo what I've done and stick with what I already had as far as the processing was concerned on that particular song, or if I want to record all the vocals for it. I can't be arsed doing that. I've already got a couple of songs that I need to do that for, and I've kind of been putting it off. I just want to get the album finished, but I don't know what to do for the best, and I'm just kind of, I was getting frustrated, so I've come into bed to sulk for a bit. So yeah, might just have a wee break, because it has been a pretty full-on day, I'm not gonna lie. So I might just have a little break, chill out, maybe have a quick nap, and then see how I'm feeling. Sometimes when you're working on music, you do just kind of have to know when to step away and just reset before going back to a project. I think that might be what's happening just now, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to rest for a bit, maybe about half an hour, go back to it, see if I can get my head into it. If not, then I'm just going to stop for the day. But yeah.